Welcome, gentlemen, and everyone else, to the Curse of Strahd. Last time on the Curse of Strahd, the party were drawn into the innermost belly of the Amber Temple. This is the true locking place, the last safe, the Amber Vault, where the three parts of Khazad-Dûm, the bat that chokes the sky, the dark who eats the sun, stowed away. Its darkness pervasive, its jail is failing. And, however, the body was able to save their friend Bassoon, which was snatched away when they were exploring the Amber Temple earlier, and successfully saved him. Additionally, some of you even made contact with the Shpats of Khazad-Dûm. It is clear that this thing is ancient, it's evil, and it's incredibly powerful. You were shown a vision of your most desired secret wishes and how easily they could be achieved if you just had a bit more power. Power it could grant. For each of you, this was a private affair, and from this encounter, power has been gained. It is unknown what he paid for it, but Bassoon has acquired, by sacrificing something, the intense flames of hell. Black flames, just like the ones that Ismark Valakovich has. Ones that burn hotter and scar the flesh permanently. Additionally, the peace of mind that was lost by Mordenkainen has been achieved by the party. As the party ascends back to the sealed library that contains so much ancient and powerful knowledge, you guys can see that floating here is the Lich Exathanter, currently consulting with several large leather-bound tomes, each more ancient than the last. A pale green light surrounds him, and he nods with a smile that stretches his undead skin in an unpleasant manner over the ancient, decayed features. And you all can feel, well, almost all of you can feel a shudder as the utter blackness of his soul is palpable. Congratulations to all of you. It is no easy feat to wrest a soul from the ones who lurk below. Although I see that you did it. After a fashion, he says, after a somewhat sinister pause. Free me, Meredith says. No, I don't think I will. He gestures with his finger and she floats closer. And my mind. I believe you are more entertaining the way you are, my dear. And I have been wanting for company, after all, and I think you will do just fine. He clenches his fist, and you see Meredith's features like twist and twitch as if he's somehow inflicting pain on her undead nerves. He lets go and she floats a little bit lower, but obediently comes to his side. Well, you are more than welcome to peruse the library, after all. I did promise. And I don't exactly think you can go back downstairs. He gestures to the roiling mass of darkness and tentacles, like a boiling, raging sea and stairwell.
Yeah, maybe not a good idea.
The table really quick. Can we take 1 second and I can do a healing spell? This can be done while everyone does shit. I just need a second to divvy up hit points.
Heck yeah.
Is that cool with everybody?
Yeah, yes.
'Cause, yeah, I'm doing the aura vitality, and it can be done quickly in game. I just need like I said, I need a second to do this. So we'll start with Tarm. With the
There's a
2d6
greenish tinge to Duncan's spellcasting that you guys now can notice a little bit better.
So Duncan, those are all, or Tarmogen, those are you.
Oh, thank God.
And we'll get Anorum. Anorum, you get 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 11 and 7 to Fisk. And then let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think the Thunder should have this light coming off of him, but for some reason I don't think it's visible. Can you guys see light coming off of the Thunder there?
No. But the room's fairly well lit, so.
Yeah. Weird that. Light. Thunder returns to
7.
his
So I got 3 more.
casting, ignoring the
1
body for the time being.
3. And I'm on an unstable internet connection, so that's why my video's not on. So I just rolled 3 of them, but it didn't work. So, DM, do you want to roll?
Sure. How many do you need to roll? Oh, I think
I'm gonna need to
I'm
refresh
seeing
roll
some
20.
more
Can
here.
somebody roll 2d6 3 times for Basilla? 2d6 3 times.
Oh, I think it appeared. I think it was just a delay.
Yeah, it just showed up.
Seeing it appeared now. Yep.
And that's it for me.
All right. Yeah, I'm like, honor him. Get what you need. Get what we need.
I need. Look around, man. I need everything.
I'm looking at this big library. I'm like, time is short. I'm just going to scan the titles. I can see them, right?
Yes, you can see them. A lot of them, you don't understand every language that they're in. And as the tentacles writhe, you can feel them like trying to find a chink in your mind's defenses. For the moment, you feel secure. It's strange, Tomogen. Like earlier, you definitely know that if they wanted to, they'd feel, they seem long enough like that they could try to attack the party. You're not sure why they're not. But for the time being, you were asking about the books, so give me an investigation check.
Absolutely.
Something specific.
Yeah,
We'll say this is probably a good opportunity for the entire party. If you are interested in checking out this library, please give me an investigation and do so now.
I'm
Tomogen,
looking for any keywords that trigger, it's just a subject that would seem to fit. There's, because we've got the ley lines, the 4 stones, the fiends. Why is the mind flayer? I'm just looking for anything that will tie any of that together for me, because I don't understand the relations.
Alrighty. Temujin, Duncan and Honorim, I'm going to assume you guys are looking for essentially the same kind of information.
Yeah, I'm sharing it as I'm going through anything of interest.
I'm going to say, in that case, that I'm going to take the highest rolls here for Tom, Fisk, and Duncan. And if anybody's looking for anything else, I will take that. For, like, if somebody's looking for something specific, I'll use check
gotcha,
that.
yeah.
But yes, there is a wealth of information. This is the most library. If you guys could please ping me the languages that you guys are. Just ping me your languages, please, just so I can see what everybody speaks and can read. In fact, if any, yes, of course. Honorim, I'm going to assume that this is an action, or are you doing a 10 minutes cast?
That's a 5 minute.
Fine, yes. Sorry, I was going by the thing that it says there.
Fine.
All right. So let's start. Right. So jive. So the what first draws you, what first comes up is that there is detailed info. You find a section about detailing information about the various entities that are or were sealed here. There's a complete list of names, as well as ones that you do, and most of them you do not recognize. Additionally, there are tomes about the history of the order itself. But let's start with the ley lines. This, you recognize the name on the cover, that of Mantarok. The erstwhile wizard whose body Exothanter has conquered, essentially. Essentially, the lay, and it launches into a description. The weave of magic is something that is completely and only truly understandable today to the deities, and deity-like beings, things that are themselves part of the weaves. They are patterns in it, and it makes up their very essence. We are merely dust mites dancing on gigantic woolen patterns that go into infinity and fall in unto themselves, folding over and over again to create our world and all worlds in between them. However, despite the denseness of it, every line, every fiber is completely and utterly separate from any and every other fiber. While they may pass on, over, and through each other, they do not truly intersect, except in the most rare of cases. And usually, when they do intersect, it is 2 at a time, exceedingly rarely 3. History is filled with empires, wizards, mages, warlocks, entities, monsters of all stripe that have risen, fallen, and killed millions in their attempt to conquer even one of those 3-line intersections. My colleagues and I have discovered a 10-point intersection, a ley line that should be impossible here. Right here, in the land of the Dusk Elves, Lazaria. Truly remarkable. And as it goes, you see, there are research notes on how, he used to be a wizard at the university. In fact, almost his own day's equivalent of Mordenkainen. and how he recruited two of his colleagues and quite a few of their students to essentially investigate this. And this was a mission of utmost secrecy because the world would erupt into war. Even gods would take interest in this, as it could end the blood war. It could
This is cosmological, and yeah, this is huge.
Essentially,
gotcha.
yes.
Yeah, massive
And
power.
the fact
Locus.
most deities would be themselves, because they are themselves of the weave, they are blind to it. It is difficult for one to see the cells that make up one's own body, but that is where mortals shine. But if they should find out, that would be bad. And then there's a period of about 5 years as they investigate and learn how to draw power from this element. Like, it even discusses how there's evidence that in the past somebody else or a group of them learned how to do so. And he writes his suspicions about the legends of the Arc-Sage, Arc-Scholar, Arc-Wizards, and Arc-Druid who came together. He suspects that the legend has to do with this place, and possibly by their own hand, perhaps obfuscated to some extent, so it wouldn't be exactly understood where and why, and how this was done. He's discussing how he learned that the ley line refract into several places in Lazaria. One of them beneath a large mountain, the other deep in the forests, and one in the murky the murky water of a small sea. Also to the south. And although those were lesser sites, they drew to them various mages, druids, and such who were, even in all kinds of monsters and such things that were innately drawn to it. Even then, it seems, like the land known as Lazaria was not a safe place, but the Dusk Elves knew to venerate and secretly keep safe these places. Over time, the three learned how to draw, slowly but surely, small and larger amounts of power from the ley line, from the 10-point intersection. He comes to call it the decagram. Eventually, they decide, as they satiate their scientific curiosity, and they realize we could do so much good with this. There are all kinds of demons, fiends, and dark entities that have plagued the plains for so long. We could seal them away forever, perhaps obliterate them. And so began the construction of the Amber Temple. The amber was drawn from the sap of trees and magically summoned through their magic, enhanced through the power of the decagram ley line. And one by one, it speaks on how they would track down these entities across the plains, things that would by their own merit be called gods, almost. Ones that could topple them and rival them. It speaks of the fallen love goddess. It speaks of an angel of flesh and teeth that was devouring its brethren. It speaks of a great fairy king, the greatest of them all, who ascended to godhood and was playing cruel pranks on whole nations. Each of them fell to the Order's power. Only the three of them knew how to access the decagram. And you realize that the Amber Temple was built right above it. It then speaks. And as they age, they do not wish to have their power corrupt them. So they decide to allow themselves to age gracefully. But even here, you start seeing that he's now, where before, the others would contribute to the journal, you see here is already starting to discuss how he's not so sure about the commitment to the cause and purity of heart of Bati and Shem, his co-heads of the order. How he believes that they're both planning to become liches at the end of after he dies, since he is much older than them, and plan to share the power of the decagram with each other. He fears this, and perhaps he might himself have to look into the study of immortality, even make deals with some of the entities they themselves sealed in order to prevent such a horrible occasion. He believes himself, essentially, to be immune to propaganda, but his compatriots not so much. He speaks of the final effort that they took together. A great and horrible fiend, a fiend god, not even from this multiverse, from another one who has devoured the stars in its own realm, has gone full to bursting, and decided to find a new realm to spew its darkness into. Khazar-Ma'at, the dark that eats the sky. He suspects it was once some manner of overgod, similar to Eo, that has grown hungry for faith and has decided to eat others. Decided to eat the very light of existence and realize the power that came with it. Even the power of the decagram was almost unequal to Khazar-Ma'at. However, they were able to split him into three and then seal the individual shards into the deepest and thickest vault of the Amber Temple. After this, the notes grow shorter and coarser. They speak of first dissatisfaction amongst the acolytes, then purges, a rebellion, and more thorough purges. It speaks haphazardly about traps, paranoia, and then insane ramblings and gibberish. At the end of his days, Mantorok was an easy target for Exathanter to consume. What became of Bati and Shem seems that they were purged by Mantorok himself, or perhaps by Exathanter. It is unclear, as in his last ramblings he speaks as if they are still there, still haunting him, still attacking him. Although 20 years prior, he himself speaks on how he poisoned one and immolated the other. Anything I missed in the things that you guys are looking for? That was Mantorok's research journal and personal journal, essentially.
I sent you a DM, but that can be later. It's not relevant to the current moment.
Chris, I saw your mouth moving, but then
Oh, I was just giving a holy crap. Thank you for that. That was a that was cool. Problem. That was nice.
Those were high investigations. I felt like that. Yeah.
Sorry, did Mantorok say he poisoned
one and burnt the other? The other, yeah, of the three, he ended up.
Bati and Shem, yes.
That's what I thought.
Bati was the lady, and Shem was the other wizard.
Straight up put Game of Thrones murder hobo on him.
And then Exathanter came and dealt with Mantorok later.
Yeah, essentially. By the time Exathanter, Judging by the like Mantarok must have been just a paranoid shadow of his former self, like almost as mad as a Mordenkainen, and must have been quite an easy prey.
Everything that's here goes fucking mad. Exanther is just like incredibly durable madness.
he's got that stable ass. He's got like that lifting belt madness. He can keep going for a while.
Yeah, he's woo. God damn.
This was specifically looking for on any information about shadow binding or soul binding. So.
Soul binding. Right.
Yeah.
Fisk, you yourself don't find anything, but I'm assuming that you'll probably ask one of the others. I'm going to, treat their high-ass searches and such, and you said soul binding. And yes, indeed, there are quite a few books about the subject, all of them necromantic in nature. They discuss the nature of the soul, the mind, and the body, how one can separate one from the other, how one can attach souls, how one can feed on souls, a treatise about soul coins, their use in the hells, things of that nature. How beasts of the Shadowfell feed on souls and then excrete them to become more beasts of the Shadowfell. It discusses a spell called Soul Jar, as well as one called Soul Possession as well. There were a tribe of shamans from the Far East who were able to essentially channel spirits through their bodies and even their weapons. These are spirits that one would be quite familiar with. It speaks on how their most adept amongst them were able to channel several, but those were rare, and anybody who would try otherwise would go utterly mad, unable to separate the self from the others. Speaking of utterly mad, Fisk, I'll remind you, you are a little bit cuckoo at the moment, and yourself are capable, are kind of, you have the first-person ability restored.
I was gonna say, have we heard Fisk speak since?
No, I mean, you've heard him speak, but I think every time he said we, he has meant it in we, with the group.
Okay, yeah, I was just gonna say, like, the moment I hear him, you know what, I'll just let it play out.
The moment you hear a first person, like you're like ready to action, like point as soon as you hear an I or me coming out of his mouth.
Don't take my bit. let me do it. Player agency, God.
Of course. My apologies. I overstepped. Hi.
Anyways, Priscilla's reading like a completely encrypted, like possibly a spell book, but even then it's clear it's like upside down. She's just like staring at a page, like it'll reveal
give me that kind of check.
I don't want to roll high on this because I think it's funny if she fails. God damn it! Fuck! I gotta shut up.
Perceive and furthermore L. Right. So, Vasila, as you open the book covered in runes, you see them dance before your eyes, becoming something well understandable to you. You believe you picked up a book discussing the nature of the planes, ones that has to do with essentially how each plane really not only a collection of each other, but also a reflection, and how one can turn a physical realm into its own little demiplane. The Arthur goes further to discuss how he believes he has found a way to connect different places in the same plane, not through just a teleportation spell, but essentially a wormhole sort of ability, and how one could then pursue this. All you would need to do is sacrifice someone you know personally and closely through doing a ritual, and then you permanently can simply from no matter how far and without error, unlike the teleportation spell.
This runs on the soul. You hear her like mutter to herself, like half confidently, like.
Meanwhile, soon it's just like his eyes are like crackling. Like I know it's blue, just pretend it's red. Like his eyes are like just giving off like these small flames as he's. It's almost like a tick toy, you know, like with the like black flames.
Is he like straight up missing an eye?
He is missing an eye, yes.
I was gonna joke, but that's a little moody right
And
now.
He's like this. Like you see, like the eye that's missing is like filled with like blue black flame. Shit, he's not kidding. I'm sorry, Optimus Prime. I didn't understand that.
Sorry.
Right. Yes. Yes, sir.
The bar that plays
I'll
Linkin
get
Park.
to you momentarily. Honorum. Right. So let me see. Guys, let me know if anybody was looking for anything more specific about that.
Looking for something along the lines of explanations of the hearts, how they're used, station. Something about the curse to break the continual rebirth, resurrection, you know, all this stuff.
Right. So from the tome. So I'll start with Duncan. Just PM to you.
Also, apologies for showing up late. I had to make an emergency stop in my bathroom. Trouble with that. My body decided to get sick along the way. So
Alrighty. The hearts. So on a as you're searching through it, there is I'm going to say you find a tome penned by the Ravenhair himself. Indeed, he's as ancient as previously believed. Let me see, what was his name again? And his name, Eric Ravenhair Martikov. The patriarch and beginner of the Martikov family line. Because you can speak every language, you can speak this, but you would know this is like he's speaking like an incredibly ancient like type of common. Essentially, he's speaking like Latin, like in Roman Latin, the equivalent of age. And he's discussing how he too made this discovery, although it seemed that they weren't quite aware of how powerful and how significant the decagram was. Just simply that this was a site of great arcane power. Not even just arcane, simply it ascended past these minute minor divisions of arcane and nature and primal. It was simply magic, raw, and in a way accessible. However, they feared channeling it themselves, and so him and his 4 friends, and they used to be an adventuring party, essentially created decided to each create their own artifact of power from it. He discusses how he later, they all agreed to not tell each other where they're going to hide their own, but he's always had a thing for ravens and was using them to spy on the others just a little bit. A bit of a naughty boy he was. And first of all, he discusses how he loved, he wanted to have access to power to protect it if need be, and how he generally fell in love with Lazaria and its people, and how he essentially decides to, now that he became the ultimate powerful wizard, or at least one of them, descending into legend at age 38, where usually for wizards it takes their entire lives till they're 90 and sometimes beyond if they turn into liches. And he's like, well, what else? He decides to retire and starts a family, and he always wanted to have a little winery, a little farm, and he decides to start it. However, he knows, as I said, even then, Lazaria, as it was known, was a harsh place, and so he used the power of his artifact, the Archwizard's Heart, to change his bloodline, and imbue some of the benefits and powers of a Thrope curse, choosing ravens as the Thrope. However, it is no curse, it is a blessing. As him and his descendants are able to turn into ravens and wear ravens back and forth at will. It is transmittable from parent to child, and so long as both of them are Martikovs, or at least, so long as that doesn't make sense. So long as at least one of them is the Martikov. My apologies. Both of them
I was gonna
obviously
say
obviously one of them is gonna be a Martikov. Sorry.
Okay.
Let me see. And yeah, and also he was a worshipper. He feels. He also mentions his family that he came from. He changed his name to Martikov, but his previous name was Van Rooyen, which you think is a name you guys came across before.
What was the name again?
I'll put it in Quest Channel.
Okay.
From the other three, he wasn't a local of Lazaria, but of a neighboring land. He gave up being a prince in order to pursue wizardly studies. Let me see. However, he discusses on him as you okay, well, good for him. It seems that there's a big skip in time, where apparently he returned to his journal after a long time, and as an old man, he speaks of how something upsetting has occurred. He's learned that Fritz has somehow acquired immortality, not through magic or necromancy, but through strange and vile science that he does not understand. Fritz has always been someone he didn't fully trust, and it seems that he feels he was right to do so. Fritz has turned himself into part mechanism, part man, and has taken to becoming constructing a small, to experimenting on others. Secretly, he believed, but his ravens, would spy on the others occasionally. He's unsure at first he's unsure what happened to the others, but he's afraid that Fritz would try something. He does not know what happened to the Arcturid heart. You guys also see mentions of the creators of the Arcsage. The Arcsage was called... Let me see.
Robovian cyborgs. I can't get that out of my head now.
A name that is familiar, or at least the last part. The Arcsage in question was Father Sturkan von Zarovich. Apparently a well-known sage of the god of the sun. And a close friend of Eric. Unfortunately, he's uncertain what has become of him. He's heard that perhaps he's gone back to his family's kingdom. That's actually not that far from here. But apparently, they are now in the process of some kind of war.
Varys was kind of just thumbing through books, not really paying too much attention to anything, but was actually hoping to find any call outs to the name of Baba Lysaga. Anything mentioned in any of those books? On the titles, maybe?
Let me see. What did you roll for your investigation? 14, and helped by the others. We'll up it up by 5 points, and we'll call it to 19. All right, Varys, you're looking for Lysaga, but you don't really find anything in particular about her. At least at first. But then you find a tome the tome is called Queen of the Night. Curious, you withdraw it. And let me see, Varys, which languages do you read there?
Just Common and Elvish.
Alrighty. You see the... Right. I'm gonna say that this is... Yeah, like you can understand. This is written in a rather old-timey form of Elvish, but look, you understand it. It seems that it has been written by a Dusk Elf, judging by the name. And the writing style in general. She is portrayed... The Night Mother is portrayed as a counterpart to the Morning Lord. This book is a little bit more recent, at least compared to the extremely ancient ones. and Barovians secretly worship her as well as the Morning Lord. However, her worship is done in quiet and private, and not in no church. But occasionally, houses would have like a small, how you say, shrine to her. She's venerated. Over time, it seems that that fell away, and she's now mostly venerated by monsters and creatures. And here it speaks how she used to be a deity of healing and motherhood, as well as allowing one to pass into death. However, the rise of the Morning Lord, as well as crusades into the area, have caused her to become less and less popular. And it speaks on the burning the stake of one of her greatest devotees, a woman called Mother Lysaga. The man who wrote the book speaks how the vile woman spat curses and swore in languages fair and foul that one day she would have her revenge on the Morning Lord. And that the Morning Lord was a power-hungry despot. This was around the time that the Morning Lord was actually involved in the War of Light, where he was trying to supplant the other gods of morning and light in order to essentially consolidate power under himself, and so he can finally completely banish every god of darkness who he saw as evil. She was powerful in life, and you realize that this person doesn't, as they lived quite a bit before her return. She's now even more powerful in death.
Okay, I'll relay that.
Right, I'm sorry, I was in the middle of... I'm sorry, I forgot this... I'm sorry.
Ben, are you speaking?
I am, but I'm gonna type it because I'm a robot right
I
now.
think it might be better if you...
Yeah. he's already doing it. Yeah, he knows.
Okay,
When
good.
did Hubert get here?
Maverick is not
I
laughing.
think you might be confusing. You might be confusing the hearts for the fanes. Fanes or something else. Also, does Chris? You're being hidden by some kind of unicorn. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
sorry. Thank you.
No, not Fisk.
Oh, it's-
Oh,
I meant
Chris.
I
Sorry.
said Chris.
Sorry.
That's okay. Let me see. Say 10. Yeah, let's continue for a little bit before we take a little bathroom
I just
break.
saw on their map and I just smiled.
Right. So, just going back to Ravenhair's journal there. Honor him. As I said, the section that you were reading now about the others is essentially one that he's written much later. It seems that the power of this artifact extended his life somewhat, but not to the point of immortality. It seems he was already like a half elf or something, so he was able to live already quite a great deal longer than the others, and it extended his life even further. Right, let's see. I believe now you guys have the name of all of the Ark creators. The Ark Wizard Heart, Eric Ravenhair Martikov. The Ark Druid Heart, Zerubbabel Quickfoot. Ark Sage Heart, Father Sturken von Zarovich. And the Ark Scholar, Fritz von Weir.
So real quick, so first,
Yes.
Duncan wants to look for hidden bookshelves, shelves, or switches, nooks, and crannies. Having been enlightened on the magic of betrayal and how I'm probably never gonna need that, hopefully, Vasil is going to now look around for any books in the vein of how to kill Strahd.
The magic of what? Sorry, magic of betrayal, did I hear you say?
Yeah, with the whole like plater bullshit, it's like, look, just phone a friend, throw them in, you can go anywhere you want, sort of deal that she read. I'm just
I
saying
see.
is like she's moving on to anything that involves killing Strahd.
I'll take that. Like, I'm gonna say that 12 investigation. You don't find a book titled "How to Kill Seemingly Immortal Demigods in Their Own Plane," unfortunately. However,
finds it-
Anrim. One second, Sarkis. There was that thing that Anrim asked earlier, and I didn't quite get a chance to get to that. Duncan, I will get to you as well. Anrim, just to close that section off, he describes he describes a spell created specifically for the tracking of the hearts. And you realize, like, despite the passage of time, you understand, like, he didn't, you believe that you could probably decode it yourself with enough time. Yes, essentially it is a modified version of Locate Object. It is of a higher level, but you're fairly certain that you could decode it and then copy it to your spellbook and then cast it yourself. It doesn't. It's vague on the subject on the destruction of the hearts, and you yourself know from being a wizard that destroying powerful magical objects is usually rather difficult. Like, you're going to need some juice there. And unfortunately, Eric hasn't really gone into the subject. It seems that he was thinking that essentially he was saying, like, the that part of the journal is kind of written for his son, which you guys remember that in the Martikov family, like, the eldest son is always taught how to, the wizard gift of the family. Essentially, he becomes like the family's like wizardly protector. And essentially, like, hey, like, if you ever need to, here's the spell. Go and, like, take some boys. You guys are were ravens, and you're a caster, and go grab that. Let me see. So I'm trying to think about all the things people asked. And yes, as I said, I think you're confusing the hearts for the Fanes. The Fanes are something else. Your question to all 20 chat, and your question is, with going by your investigation, you don't really find any hidden bookshelves or switches, as far as you can tell. Because this place was already really hidden. So if you're here, then you're kind of supposed to be here, is kind of the idea. At least you think. Duncan, would you like to give me another investigation check? This one is a separate one because the first one was for finding, books and such. That looks like a character sheet for Strahd. Well, funny you should say. Like, Varys looking around. Let me see. I believe I'm going to say that you rolled. Right. So Varys, this is something separate. So I'm going to have you roll me a new investigation check. Am I forgetting anybody's question? Has anybody asked me a question that I forgot to tell them to do? Like, 21. Let me see. Varys, you... right. Varys, you find... Obviously you don't find that because, you don't know what a character sheet is. Okay, I think it's something there was one of your nerd brothers played one time, but he was a nerd. But you do look, you think to yourself, so many people over the centuries fought against Strahd. Somebody must have survived and written something down. And indeed, as you're searching, you do find an account. You do find what seems to be, it's less a book and more of a short journal. It's more of a journal. It seems to it's titled Barovian Journeys. And you see that the end of the book is kind of scorched. It's titled by Cecilia Lindbrook, Performer Extraordinaire. As you open the journal, let me see. Here, like, you kind of gather that she must have been a gnome, because there's gnome slang, like, here and there, so it does kind of obscure certain aspects of the book. By the way, I'm going to say, guys, that this will count as a short rest, because you guys spent at least an hour here.
Superiority dice. Let's do this.
Let me have a think. And it seems like at first the way Strahd, like, and these guys did quite a lot. Like, from the looks of it, she joined them. She went into Strahd's territory accompanied by 3 paladins and a couple of sorcerers, and she herself was a cleric in training for the Morning Lord. They went into Barovia to search for a child kidnapped by the Vistani. And it seems it's a bit hard to, like, because the ink is so, like, worn, like, it's hard to understand exactly what they've done, but, like, their adventure had, all kind of things, essentially, like you guys, like, they fought monsters, made allies, enemies. They were pursued by a very insistent doppelganger for quite a while of it, and you shudder as you remember your own. You still have your own doppelganger foe to deal with, and they found the pool of sacred tears where they were able to lift one of them became a vampire. They were essentially evil and started attacking them over and over, but they were able to capture her and throw her into the pool of sacred tears where, after a minute of being held underwater, the vampire became a human back once again, regaining their soul. And essentially they tried to lure Strahd over there, but the plan to do the same to him, but the plan failed. Strahd essentially came down, but they botched it. They underestimated how... They haven't fought him before, and they underestimated how powerful he was physically. Essentially, they believed that he's essentially of the same strength as a regular vampire, which, while strong, 2 paladins kind of grabbing his arms and, somebody, trying to dispel him from Misty stepping away, would be able to just, shove him in. Essentially, they were going to, bully him into the pool, is what they thought they would do, because they believed that he mostly relied on his wizardly, his magic abilities. Strahd didn't budge, and essentially he broke one of the paladins' neck, drowned the other, summoned copies of himself, and even and she wasn't sure if these were other vampires or that he enchanted to look like him, or truly other copies, as in more Strahds that he drew from the mist somehow. However, thanks to a miraculous intervention by one of the paladins, managing to sacrifice her life to smite the ever-living hell out of Strahd, as her sword was covered in water from the pool, Strahd was well and truly injured, and he became a slavering, vicious, bloodlustful beast. She realized he was playing with them before, and now was the true Strahd. He summoned a sword and armor onto himself, looking like a red fiend, and sliced them to pieces in a whirlwind of attacks, throwing magic and using the mist to step in between them like the wind. Let me see. She describes how it rained blood and how it seemed to empower him. She describes how she managed to resurrect one of the dead paladins, one whose neck was broken, and how she and another sorcerer were running around, like trying to keep everybody up. As Strahd simply tore them to pieces and over and over, trying like a cat playing with a mouse. Eventually, she speaks of how she cried out to the Morning Lord and how he showed her a vision of a gigantic heart beating in the tower, and she didn't understand what it meant before Strahd runs her through with her companion's arm and tosses her off a cliff. Thankfully, being a hardy little gnome, she manages to survive, just barely. As a forest burns around her, she commends her last thoughts to her journal, and her last writing is, "Remember us, Cecilia, Abernathy, Jojo, Andalus, Elena, and Barney. Don't lose hope. We may be dead, but someone will pick up the torch." A later hand, possibly added by whoever found this, notes that the little gnome that he found the little gnome wrapped around the book to protect it from the fires that raged around her. It mocks her. No one could stand to Lord Strahd, but he might be but this book seems like it would sell for something.
I don't think we're the main characters anymore. Holy shit.
Varys will put the book back up on the counter on the bookshelf, and he's gonna turn around and go sit down on one of these chairs, and he's gonna light his pipe, and he's gonna look up and he's gonna say, "Well, boys, we're fucked." And then he's just gonna look at it.
I will say, Varys, what definitely stands out to you is that she described how a sword that was covered in waters from the pool,
Mm-hmm.
like blasted his shit apart. 18 for the check you asked. 18. And let me see. Where's his question? Right, 18. Duncan, as you moving about, searching for books, you do see that there is a kind of a lengthy, not lengthy even, just like a strange box. It almost looks like the kind of box that would be like a suggestion thing, but you realize you can put your hand inside it. It's kind of hidden, like it was kind of hidden like under like a pile of scrolls. Do you put your hand inside it?
I do.
All right. Muad'Dib, give me a No, I'm kidding. Right. Well, Duncan, give me let me see, an intelligence saving throw, please.
You got those, right? Yeah, he's got those. Yeah, he's fine. That's Duncan.
Duncan, you see several images sprout in front of you of spears slamming into your body, one after the other. And while initially they sting and hurt, in fact, you do take a little bit of damage. You take half of this. 25, half of 24, you take 12 points of damage. Despite being illusory, like they feel so real for a moment, and before you will literally will them away. You guys look over at Duncan. There's nothing in him. He's just like, ah! But
Something bite you?
there's no blood or anything.
Where is he?
There's like a splat of black fire, like right next to your head, Duncan. What was it? Bassoon barks.
Holy shit! Was that you?
Don't touch
Where's the
spot.
enemy?
Whoa. Look. I'm gonna like put a hand on his back and pat it like Hey!
He kind of.
dude! Hey. Breathe. Slow. She's gonna start giving him like advice on what she would do for herself on like this when she first turned into like the into her like blue shark form. She's gonna start giving him advice. Could I like give him a help action or something on helping him calm down or like
Yeah, give me your choice between a persuasion check or an animal handling check.
Oh, animal handling's pretty funny, but persuasion's better. Vasilla is able to add a superiority dice on saving throws, specifically for intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. That is
saving throw.
I was going to make the point of it being an aspect of her diligent training in understanding and maintaining her sanity through that form. I would like to push it in.
I will allow the DC to be a little lower.
Okay, that's fine. Just using her experience, because that's what fighters are good for. Check this shit.
That's a 17. Okay.
Yeah.
Why does everybody do this? Hold on, sorry. Just looked on your sheet like to see if you have any exhaustion points. Like everybody put exhaustion in the total line and nothing in the resource name. There we go.
Wait.
Okay.
Oh, well, I guess I have two of these.
I fixed it. All right. Oh, you have two of these. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah,
Oh,
all right. Oh, it's gone. Oh, no. I got it.
shush,
Don't worry,
shush.
I got it.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, don't sweat it.
Facility, you see he closes his remaining eye and like slowly the flames die down, but not completely. Like there's still a wisp of like thread, like and that of blue flames that bark out. And he turns his back. To you. I hate this place. You see that he's like very much like not looking back towards the tentacles there. There's something almost shameful, but at the same time determined in his eye. And as you look at him, you realize there's a lot more white hairs in his dude. Like there's a lot more lines on his face. He looks like he aged about 20 years.
Ugh. I'm gonna look at the rest of the party and like kind of like motion everyone to kind of like keep like investigating. I'm gonna go like I guess like comfort him, hang out with him, just start talking to him to keep him busy if he's like receptive at all.
Yeah, you can speak to him and
Yeah.
like in just a moment he'll be. My brain will be free for that. Just tell Duncan. Duncan, you realized that this was a storage box of some sort, like a storage compartment, and you think that there might be some things in there. If you'd like to look.
I'll point it out to the group, but I'm not putting my hand back in there.
Okay.
I'm kind of giving the side eye to Xanther. What's his? Is he watching or?
He's floating. He's floating about, and you see like 4 or 5 tombs around him, and like several eyes, like several phantasmal eyes, like looking at each tomb, as he seems to consult all of them, muttering to himself, occasionally, like charting out like runes and magical formulas in the air to himself. Meredith
Okay.
is kind of floating morosely off to his side.
Well, am I right? Is it time to go? Looks at everybody.
Describing that spell, so I don't know how long that one's going to take.
Like I said, you're going to need to decode it first. He did decode it. He did code it. But for the time being, you know what, guys? Let me see. How about a bathroom break? Also, Duncan, clarify. It feels like now that you have kind of overcome the thing, you could probably use it with no fear, Duncan.
Then I definitely would put my hand in there and get whatever I can out of it.
All right. So, guys, let's take a bathroom
All right,
break.
all right.
Mav, do you need to walk your dog? It's immediately evident to you. It is. It hums with the power of frost. In fact, it hurts your fingers when you hold it. And you guys can see the steam coming off it. The steam, the help me out here.
Condensation. The condensation. Yeah.
It hurts. It hurts to wield, but you do feel perhaps identifying it if you'd like. This seems to have been put here for safekeeping.
I'm gonna lay it out on the ground and look over at Enorum. You want to do this now or later?
God. Realize what you found?
Big stick.
No, you fool. Back away, and I'll rush over there. Pretending I know what it is, but I don't really know it yet. And I'll cast it at
I forget. Is identify instant?
5 minutes.
I think it is. It's like begin casting identify. Scylla and Bassoon talking quietly, and you cast identify. This is a powerful weapon. This is Mantorok's Shutterheart staff. The name comes to you. The Black Ice staff accompanied Mantorok since his days in his father's court in the Van Royen family, all the way from his apprenticeship to his death. Something dark swirls in the ice that crowns this staff. While holding and attuned to the staff, you will have resistance to cold damage. It holds 10 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one or more of its charges to cast one of the following spell from it using your spell save DC. Cone of Cold for 5 charges, Fog Cloud for 1 charge, Ice Storm for 4 charges, Wall of Ice for 4 charges. You can expend 2 charges as a bonus action to channel the frost into the staff's strikes, making it a +1 weapon with it that deals an additional 1d8 cold damage. Staff gains 1d4 plus 4 expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the last charge, roll a d20, and on a new one, it is destroyed.
Well, Mage, how's this sound to you? You want it?
Is there no one else that can use it? I'm pretty content with the one I have.
I have an open slot for an attunement if nobody else wants to use it.
Say 1d4 plus 4, 1d4 plus... Yeah. There we go. Should be visible in Quest channel. Oh, no. I'm silly. This is the wrong channel. Ba-ba-ba-ba. And boom, baby. Alright, sorry. Did you say somebody's taking the staff under themselves?
Hey, Fisk, is this something you could use? Oh no, it's it said it doesn't say monk. Never mind. Sorry.
Is that Eldritch Knight considered a wizard since it's wizard spells, or is that totally different?
No, Knowledge Knight I would rule because you use the same wizard spells. I would do. You can count as a wizard.
You want to roll with this, Varus?
I mean, if we don't want to leave it, dude, well, I've got a spot open. I can carry it if you don't want it, or you can take it.
No, I mean I'm pretty. My actions are pretty. I mean, yeah, go for it, man. It's all yours.
Okay.
If there's ever a point you can't use your shit, use.
Alright, Varys, do you attune to the staff?
I do. I'm attuned. Where do I see that? Because I know I'm attuned to one thing, but you get 2 attunements, right?
You get 4 attunements, and you should
Oh,
probably are attuned to more than one thing. I don't think that.
I'm attuned to the Air of the Sun for sure, or the Scimitar. But did I give that to somebody?
No, you've got that. I think the allies require attunement.
Owl Eyes, I'm attuned for sure.
Owl Eyes, yeah, it should be on your sheet somewhere.
And he has
Owl
the
Eyes, Sangazon's home.
the cloak.
No, cloak.
Don't you have the Barovian honor cloak? I don't remember if that's attunement or
I
not.
have a cloak. I have the cloak. Why isn't there something in your character sheet that shows you what you're currently attuned to?
There
You have
it
to
is,
just
I'm
ma-
looking at it right. I'm looking
back.
at it. It says Owl Eyes attunement. It says Barovian honor cloak. I think you're missing Sangzor's horn. Sangzor's horns. Heir of the Sun. So I think your slots are taken, but you would
Okay.
need to deattune to one of your other weapons, probably. Either the horn
Okay.
or the ear, whichever you like to disattune for.
Okay, I think I'll take this staff. It looks like it's got some pretty cool shit, and I'm gonna detune my Owl Eyes.
What your allies do.
Because
Attune?
I get dark vision, but I already have pretty good dark vision.
I don't have dark vision, so I have an extra slot. I can borrow it if you're not going to use it.
All right,
Oh,
but
can
you,
we do that?
yeah.
I'll barter.
So, hey, DM, where is it showing my attunements? Because I don't see that anywhere on my sheet either.
I just put it on
You
the
to-
bio.
Yeah, you need to put it somewhere in your bio
Yeah.
section. It doesn't track that for you. You need to track that. Unfortunately.
Okay. So I guess I have, what's it called? Owl Eyes?
Yeah.
I have dark
Owl-
vision now, Dean.
And
Oh, that's way back in Quest Channel.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
just to give you a little bit more juice, I'm going to DM you this.
No. Sorry, it's just I thought I was using an eraser on an art thing, and I hover over the layer and I colored in on the line art layer. All blue because I had set a blue background to erase the white that I actually colored in with, and I did the same shit again. I'm gonna fucking cry. I spent an hour doing this shit.
Layers. Use your fucking layers.
I am. I thought I was using the eraser, but I wasn't.
Oh my god, man.
Fucking lose it. Oh, I'm not doing all this. Oh my god. All right, round 2. Let's do this shit.
Alright, Eric, just sent you a bit of DMs about the staff's powers. And there we go.
And how far out does my dark vision go now?
Just checking.
I've got it. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Rick. There we go. Okay.
You could just use the magic wand to. I'm a fucking idiot. All right.
Meredith occasionally glances at Talmadge and, like, it would something that in her dead eyes, Talmadge, like, it looks like hope to you. Like, just a very barest shard of hope.
I kind of look around, and if everybody's there, kind of looking done, then yeah, I'm gonna look at Exanther. I'm like, I think we will be bidding you farewell. Do we get to share the company of Meredith on our way out?
No, she is the most sane flame skull remaining to me, and I do believe that her company will keep me entertained. As if to accentuate his point, he squeezes the air around him, and you guys see like fingers of light kind of close around Meredith's skull, and she's like,
No.
he lets go. The agony of another, even though we are both dead, does give my, well, what remains of the heart palpitations. I feel like a young schoolboy confessing his love for the first time. Does that upset you, Paladin of Ravenovia?
Oh, you have no idea.
Excellent. That is meant to. Perhaps you'd like to slay me. Perhaps you'd like to test yourself against me. Would you like to contend with the dead?
No. I just want to leave, which I think the one thing you can't really do.
Can't? On the contrary, my dear boy, I have all the time in the world to leave. All I need to do is wait for you people to temporarily open the mists. And I will be gone. As a gesture of friendship, I suppose. You've read the Gnome's Journal, yes? He looks to Varys.
Another question.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading my attunement notes. Can you repeat the question?
He said, like, you've read the Gnome's Journal, yes?
Yes,
And-
I have. It was quite terrifying, to be honest with you.
Yes, indeed. But I know what happened because I was already in Barovia at that time. For a little while, despite him killing the party, perhaps another foe of Strahd's took advantage of the law of his injuries and slew him. That's right. Strahd von Zarovich has died. Vanquished, defeated. Not certain by who or by what. Perhaps he even succumbed to his injuries from that battle. All I know is for 3 days, the mists were lifted, sunlight shone once again in Barovia. And do you know what happened after 3 days?
No.
The mists reappeared, and with them, their king, Strahd, was reborn. You cannot kill Strahd von Zarovich in a way that matters. Perhaps you'd like to stay and do more research with me and Meredith. But if you would prefer to leave, that's fine too. I'm certain that you fine folk will at least inconvenience him enough to either do the job yourselves or, well, for someone else to finish it for you. Or even if not you, well, there's always next time. And then, I will leave this place. I will take my knowledge, the power that I've absorbed in my time here. And he lets a pulse of intensity. The name Vecna will be akin to a cantrip peddler when Exathanter makes his appearance on the universal stage. But that is neither here nor there. For now, we are friends. Please, go. Continue your adventures. That's not canon, shut up.
I was wondering, it's like, do I pop in and have Vassil be like, what the fuck is she will, like, I'm assuming this is, like, middle of the dialogue with her soon. She'll kind of, like, pop up and look over. It's like, can I be honest with you, what's your name?
He rolls his undead eyes. Really? Exathanter. I understand that merely engaging in the art of bashing things against each other has rather dulled your mind, as I can see. You are more muscle than you are brain matter. But Exathanter isn't even that difficult of a name to pronounce. It has the same number of syllables as Alexander, which is a common name. In fact, our own names have the same number of syllables. Vaisila and Exathanter.
Oh, okay. Vasil. Oh, you mean Vasilla. Sorry. I know you've been a little bit of a bookworm for the. You know what? I'm not gonna be petty about it. I'm bigger than that. I just wanted to say real quick. If I'm gonna be honest, I kind of liked you when you were a little more insane, but that's just part of everything. Cool. Sorry, them's the breaks.
That was less me being insane and more Mantorok's personality, his ancient one, reasserting itself here and there. A echo of his last defenses. One that you and your friends have so kindly helped me to clear away.
And
You guys hear in
never
your
even found the
heads
nurse's office.
like a thundering roar. Where are you? Recognize the mind flare.
Oh
My
shit!
power is nearly spent.
Only lasts longer than hour. Yeah, it's probably gonna go to this.
Well, let us go see Mordenkainen.
Yeah, which is the correct door? It's the one over there, isn't it?
Daniel, I guess we could just say I'm like talking to Bassoon on the way over or whatever.
Certainly, yes, I think so. Meredith, you will act as my eyes and ears. I'm curious on what will happen. Yes, my lord. See from her eyes, some light emerges. As she floats despondently after the party.
I was gonna like this is a lot of it has just been me as a player talking about this, but even now Basila's kind of like uncomfortable. She like seeing like this undead still feel discomfort and like generally abuse.
Oh, this is just vile. This is
I
horrific.
Sorry, I think the map is malfunctioning.
It's like an old pet. It's like an old Chihuahua like that gets kicked around. I don't like this.
What's happening here? I don't know why it's.
What's the matter?
She's.
It's
giving
Meredith's
a little
holy
bit-
light.
Yeah, I'm trying to control it.
You mean Saint Meredith, the holy of the Morning Lord? Yes.
Oh, I see what I was doing on. Hold on.
Close the damn door. Open. I won't click it. You open. Thank you.
What?
There's still there.
Varys, do you soon follows speaking with Vasilla and Lovos, and Vasilla, if you're like for the moment, if you'd like to get in,
Soon.
would you like to stay to him?
Bassoon, so first of all, it is me. You're not hallucinating.
Well, I can tell that much at least.
Yeah. I did say I was a redhead once, so honestly, I was gonna leave it up to you to put up the context clues. Part of me wanted to just say that that when you came to that I was a different person, but probably wouldn't have been a good time. Good news though, because I think my curse is suppressed right now, and I was kind of fucking up my ability to do magic. Also I was shit with it to begin with, but still, I can do fire. I can do a fire thing.
Fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's gonna like pull out like a dagger and like it's just gonna puff up with like a little like with flame blade, like green flame blade, but it's just regular fire. Yeah.
He'll kind of like gingerly reach a hand and close his hand on it, and you can smell like burning flesh as he closes his hand on it, but he closes his eyes like the sensation is helping to center him. Vasilla. I'm here. I am still me.
Yeah. I mean, like,
For
you got
now,
that.
I can. The burning. He's not screaming when you're here. He's quiet. I can't listen to him. He shakes his head like he's explaining something with terrible concern.
Who? Him? Oh, I'm sorry.
He points over here. Don't you see him? Can't you hear him?
Oh, fuck. No.
He can see you. He can hear you.
Better not. Well, look, buddy. Just center yourself. If you ever want to
Feel a heavy hand like suddenly on your hair, like as kind of
Oh,
like he kind of
okay.
ruffles your hair.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't worry, son. I'm going to bring you back home.
Bill, share a very concerned look with Duncan.
By the
One
way,
last
not to change
mountain
the sub.
needs to break.
Sorry,
No, go ahead.
I was gonna make a joke. Please go on.
He said there's one last mountain to break. One last mountain to shatter.
Do I understand that at all? Is that like an
You
orcish
understand
thing?
Orcish, so yes, he said like this is a vow essentially. This is a death vow. Like to
Oh.
shatter the mountain means like this is referring to an ancient orc hero that fought against an evil shaman. And the battle went on for 3 days until the shaman forcefully teleported the hero into the heart of the mountain, leaving a perfect replica of stone that he replaced the hero with. They say this is the mountain became the mountain miraculously erupted, revealing itself to be a volcano, killing the evil shaman, but the warrior was still trapped inside. Orc legend contends that to shatter the mountain is essentially to do like old orcs will go to that volcano. It's called Old Red, and they will go there to try their hands to break the mountain. Essentially, this is where like they will end their lives in the mountains, in the volcano's lava,
So sad.
charging into it.
What the fuck? I just want to show my cantrip, Daniel. What the fuck is this? See, Basilla's
It's
like,
lore.
yeah, this is pling pling plong lore. This should make me cry. See, Vasilla kind of still like unnerved, but just like still trying to like reassure him. Well, don't get too hasty with that.
What? Sorry, Vasilla. What did you say? Someone was talking to me.
She's gonna hold up like the knife again, the cantrip.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
He taps it. It's proper hot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll turn you into a warrior. Yet. He tries to give you a wink, and forgetting he has only one eye remaining, just kind of closes his eye and realizes, God damn it. This Mordenkainen better be worth it.
Yeah, we'll see. Just shaking my head as he's like walking off. This couldn't have gone any more worse than I expected. I'm gonna cry.
He mutters to himself as he does, not like in anger or anything, just those of you who speak Orcish can hear him like muttering assurances to that we're going home. Don't. I promise you, we're going home.
Hey, Bassoon.
Hmm?
Just curious, what would you say if somebody went to a lich in an attempt to heal themselves?
Went to a lich to heal themselves. I would call them a fool and a madman.
Yeah, just curious, and I look over at Vasilla and keep walking.
He looks over at Vasilla too, and then
Can I
two
roll deception and like try to look behind me as if he was looking somewhere else?
Yes, you may.
Okay, I'm roll deception. It's an 18.
Like you look behind you, like
I look at one of the skulls.
and Vasilla, yeah, like you see, like the skulls are still floating, and it's so convincing. You see, like the few of the skulls like turn to look at what you're looking at too. It's like it's fucking Aoki's look away punch, like as they're all looking and like this, like what are they looking at?
It couldn't be me. She walks. This is so dumb.
You feel a heavy hand as Bassoon like turns you back around.
Okay.
Did you have the lich cure you? of your curse?
Well, if if I said yes, do you need help with that? I got a cleaner top. I got we can I can like
He
anesthetize it.
shrugs and lowers his head for you
Yeah,
to
okay,
see. Like you
yeah, I
can
got
see like the hole like kind of has like this black fire coming from it. Like while there's heat, like you feel like you should really be careful about touching it, just like with your flesh.
yeah, she's gonna like put her gloves back on, just all right, there we go. All right. Okay, there you go.
You tie like a bit of bandage like around his
Yeah,
eye.
yeah. I mean, it's a look. It's a look, you know. I mean, like every warrior's gonna lose an eye
Turrets.
or something. Yeah, I'd figure. If I hypothetically said yes and then also had that same lich reversed it, what would you say?
You're a mad woman. I can tell that you were. You spent too much time amongst oaks.
Yeah.
He pats your back.
Mhm.
Just I'm an old fool. All of you are. And I have prices to pay for my sins. You're all young. None of you are guilty of kinslaying like I am.
See,
If anybody
you
had
see,
to pay
she
a price,
grimaces. You see, she grimaces hard at that.
if any of us had to pay a price, I'm glad it is me.
Look, I went through the whole guilt phase too, and it took me a better part of a decade. But I kind of started asking myself this question. 'Cause, you know, you get caught up in your feelings and becomes a habit, not even the emotion, just the expectation that you gotta hate yourself. And I started asking, who's this helping? Me feeling like this and shit. And you know, being a redhead and having to actually look up to people to talk to them now, I started thinking that the fucked up thing with the druid magic and all that happened to me, it sucked. It sucked then. It still kind of sucks now, but I think relatively speaking, where we are, if it's an extra it's an extra wallop to the punch for, you know, killing whatever foul shit is here in Barovia, maybe it's worth having to keep around. Maybe I should stop, you know, like focusing on the fact that it's a mistake, more of it's something I got in my kit now, and I think that's why I kind of spun it back. But I realized at the end, even if I'm normal, it still doesn't really matter.
Do you want to stay like this? Or do you miss the wildness of your other form?
I don't know. Some people get a kick out of letting stuff loose, but I'm just used to. I've always been more focused on keeping a decent lid on it, making sure it doesn't. The water doesn't start scorching other people I like. Maybe it's an orc thing to like it or not, but I don't got that.
Fire always burns. It consumes. Goosh, the one-eyed bastard, teaches that everything deserves to burn. That's why he's blessed you with it. That's why he blessed magic users with it. Every fireball, every wall of fire, every torch has his hunger and hate in it, has his justice in it. Those who kill, those who harm deserve to burn. Everything does so. But if there's someone who doesn't, I would believe it's you. And our friends. I will burn myself out on Strahd and leave him as ashes, along with myself. If you make it out of this, you'll take out an earring. You realize there's a name on it. Now, so worn that you can barely make it out anymore. But he'll put it in your hand all the same. If you could get this to the Mangle Spine Mountains, I'll appreciate that.
Yeah, just don't try too hard. We like having you around.
I like being around too.
What's your thoughts on that, Meredith? Just look over to the Flame Skull.
All you say can be heard by my master. I will have no freedom. If I were to burn, I would wish it so.
So now I was trying to rope her into kind of that rapport, but it didn't work out. Okay. You see her just walk, start kind of moving on with the rest of the
One
group.
cannot create rapport with the dead, because the dead are dead.
I don't care if Master here, but honestly, he's kind of a bony prick, so you're cool, though. All right.
You are correct in your assessment.
Not to belabor this point, guys, but how do we get out of here?
Here, through the
Looks like
doors
you
here.
guys it looks like you guys open a door, and it opens to the empty space of the landing here. Like, to remind you, there's nothing to stand. The guys, before you move in, there's nothing to stand on here. This is like where the floor is collapsed, where the porch collapsed. You guys had to use a will of force, if I recall, to get up here earlier.
Yeah, it's a 30-foot drop right from there.
Yes.
Master Fisk, could you climb this?
Yes. What?
Climb down this with some rope? Maybe we could jump after you?
Mordenkainen is on this floor, though, right?
He's
The
over
floor
here.
Mordenkainen was in. Just a reminder that this will put you
Yeah.
like, open in that area, And like in fact, as you guys open the door, like you feel like this like psychic waves of like concentration. Um, and the in fact enlightened one should be giving off light, but of course he's not, because why would I? Why would Roll20 do what I ask it to? There it is.
Is there some place to anchor a rope that's solid in that room that we're in?
There's the statue over here. You could just take off the cheese that's covering it and probably let's see, maybe one of the door handles, but there isn't like any, you don't see any like freestanding pillars, as far as you can tell, unfortunately. Like the closest thing would probably be one of the door handles here.
So, like,
I don't want to do a door handle. I want to ask a very simple question. Do these doors right here, do they open that way, or do they open into the room?
Into the room where you guys are standing. They open outside.
Okay.
Can't make a jam cleat out of them.
Yeah. But I'm gonna try something different anyway. I'm gonna take the rope that we have, and I'm gonna tie a knot to make it pretty substantial size onto one end of the rope, and I'm gonna slide it, if there's space, under the door. I'm going to put the knot behind the door and slide it under so that it's up by the jamb.
Oh, I see what you try to do. There's not enough space between the door and the floor because they're fairly tightly constructed. This place is basically grown. But what you could do is you could, like, essentially put it between the two doors, because there's two doors here. And then you could close the door like that, so that the monkey fist is held between the two closed doors.
Well, that's why I asked what direction the doors opened.
Oh, they open they do open outside, but like they have, like a mechanism that holds them closed.
Oh, okay. Once they're latched, it's not going to pull open.
Like judging, I mean, Fisk, you could get like Fisk or anybody, you guys could give me a general. Fisk, you have like 10 million perception. I'm going to say that from the looks of it, it looks sturdy enough to hold at least two people at a time of average build.
And that's what
I'll probably have to go by himself. Yeah.
Tie the knot. Shut the door on the rope, and I just kind of grab it and belay myself down to the 30-foot.
Oh.
I start to do that as I'm looking.
Yeah, what do we see in here?
as I kind of go out and like lean back and looking at the statue and the illithid and this general direction, see what the hell is going on.
See, for the moment, the statue's head is still kind of surrounded with darkness. And there's no lightning or anything coming from it, but you see like the... Let me see what you see. Hold on. I'll fuck with the light for a moment. And because you guys are on the same level now, you should be able to see what's there. But first, you can see the enlightened one, the illithid, just... You see his tentacles are like flared out as if like a invisible wind is like forcing them back as they're floating in the air, and you see like these purple flashes from its tentacles to like disappear into the darkness that surrounds the statue's head. as you enter the chamber, you feel hurry, hurry. Oh, my hold is slipping.
Okay. Then I tell the group,
Safe enough. Go quickly.
and I'm gonna drop down. And I'm gonna go to the first pillar there. Kind of tucked behind the pillar there.
Right, as Fisk, right, so all of you, alright, so Fisk, because you have climbing speed, I'm going to say a rope is going to be sufficient for that. Honorim, you simply Misty Step. Where are you Misty Stepping to, Honorim?
Just down below, 30 feet.
Oh, that's weird. Honorim, how come you can see so far? Do you have some kind of...
Session recorder.
Ah, that's why. You shouldn't be able to see quite so far, Honorim, if I'm...
I know my character can, but for the recording, yes.
Ah, alright. No, because you said 30 feet, and the thing is, you can't see that far down, is what I was trying to say.
Oh, I can. I got 60 feet of dark vision.
Okay, that should be halved by the temple, but I guess I forgot you had dark vision. Never mind. You are correct. Apologies. Okay, I'll name you downwards. Let me see. Tamujin, I do need a athletics check from you.
Athletics? You got it. Yeah. Athletics or acrobatics?
Either or.
Either or. Because, yeah, I've got a...
As soon as Darm and Honorim get down, I'm going to move up to the statue up here, give them room behind the pillar. Basically jumping from cover point to cover point.
All right.
It is at this point, Vasilla, I'd like you to give me the athletics, and it is at this point that I would like everybody to roll me initiative.
Just in case, yeah. Oh, it's better than usual.
Alright, are we missing anybody? No, we are not. I don't know why.
Not on our side.
10. Alright. Okay. And you are gonna be. And you are gonna be. And let's see. Oh, did I hold that twice? Okay. Then, for a moment, the enlightened one slips. Honor, you go first as the darkness flares out, and you guys suddenly feel awareness flood the room around you. You return! Echoes the voice from the statue. You haven't suffered enough, then. Honorim, you are up.
How tall is this statue?
40 feet, as far as you can tell. Its head is completely engulfed in magical darkness.
Right, we are going to run, I guess. and dashing.
Yes, you are.
That's it.
Right. A command word thunders throughout the area. Awaken! The two amber golems shudder and then, like, their eyes suddenly light with a malevolent light, and they join the combat. Where's my roller? There you are. $17 and 7. Right, probably between Ptarmigan and Fisk. There we go. Viscilla.
You're on mute.
Yes. Oh, also, guys, we are implementing turn timers, so just
Okay, yeah.
mind 2 minutes per turn.
Yeah, she's gonna like. Oh, we gotta move. She's gonna like ready her action to actually like assist Duncan down if he like slips.
Okay, that would be your action then.
Yes, I'm gonna use that. Do I have any bonus action stuff? I do not. We're good.
Okay. Smella. Duncan, 'tis your turn.
All right, let me know if my thing starts tweaking out again. I've been in this room before, right? So I'm familiar with it.
To an extent.
I'm gonna reach my hand out, put it on Varys' shoulder, and say, "Follow me." And I'm gonna cast Dimension Door about 100 feet to land where Barbarous is.
He still looks up like what?
Could you ping the spell for me kindly? Right.
What?
Teleport yourself from your current location to any other spot within range. You arrive, it can be a place you can see, one you can visualize. Right, that's what I wanted to know. And indeed, okay, the weight exceed what you can carry. You can bring along objects as long as you can. And also bring one willing creature besides a smaller is carrying gear up to its carrying capacity. Creature must be if you have it in place. I'll let you put an object or creature. Alright, so you were saying 100 feet.
Right, yeah, basically I know where the stairs are, so I'm going towards the top of the stairs with Varys, but if he doesn't want to go, then he'll stay behind.
So you're saying 100 feet straight ahead, essentially.
Yeah, but if I've been in the room, then I would know about where the stairs are, so that's what I'm aiming for.
Oh, you have like keen mind or something? I can't remember.
No.
Okay, it's just general like knowledge thing. Oh, all right.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm just going to have a quick look at the thing here. No, he has very high intelligence. I'm going to roll. He can do this, no problem.
Yeah.
All right. Duncan and like instant transmission Goku style. All right. The two of you appear on top of the stairs. Like you stumble a little bit, but there you are. Well, Duncan, anything else?
I put my back against the wall, and that'll end my turn. Or no, yeah, that'll end my turn.
Wow, that was incredible. Didn't know you could do that, little guy.
Well, I probably can't do it again, so don't let me die.
All right, try not to.
Okay. Thank you, Duncan. Ptarmigan, you are up.
If you're talking, we can't hear you.
Seeing half the party is suddenly ahead of me, I'm like, everybody go! And I use my regular movement there, and then bonus action disengage, and I use another 15 feet.
How much movement do you have there, Tom?
I only have, I'm at half movement, right? So I got 15 feet to there, disengaged, move the other 15 feet to get up here by honor him and stand between him and this thing.
Alrighty.
And that's it.
Anything else, Tom?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Alrighty. The Amber Golem will. Let me see. You see, like this light kind of building up in its chest, and then like rises up its throat, down like down to its staff tip, and then it's going to move slightly over here as I get rid of these. And I need a dexterity saving throw from, let me see, 60 feet cone. It's gonna be pretty much everybody except for Fisk, actually. I don't think it can get Fisk in there.
Maybe I
You said a
shouldn't.
deck saving throw?
A dex saving throw, yes.
Yeah, you know what? You guys have fun with that. Never mind. I like being back here. This is great.
$24, 19. Varys, could I get a dexterity saving throw, please? Honorim, could I get one for Barnabas? Never mind, I forgot. It cannot be harmed. Apologies. You don't need to get. No need to give me one. Alright, thank you, and thank you. Alright, so 37 fire damage to anyone who rolled under a 16, which I believe is none of you. In that case, that's 36, which is, I believe, 15 plus 3, which is 18. Fire damage
18.
to 18 fire. 18 fire. Because I think you guys all pass. Right. I don't think any of you were concentrating on anything. If you were... Yep. And evasion, of course. Okay. With that... It's the end of its turn. Fisk.
Ian?
Yes?
We might need to retcon something, and I made a bit of a mistake. I'll let you rule it. Dimension Door was in the... oh, never mind. Okay, I redid my Roll20 sheet, and I thought I messed up, but I didn't. I thought I had it in the wrong spell slot. So sorry for interrupting. We're good.
No worries, no worries. Everybody makes mistakes. I understand. Right, sorry, Fisk, go ahead. Adam?
Yeah, sorry, I thought I was unmuted. Damn. I am... I'm going to do... I don't know what to do. Um, I'm gonna come over here. And I just want to hit this thing twice.
I will not stop you.
Just two kicks right into the knee of this thing. And then
I'm afraid those do not pierce its AC. Oh,
The
except
nine-
natural crit. Sorry, the crit does. Apologies, I just saw the 16.
it's all good. Wait,
Sorry.
something's,
What? Wait,
something's
what?
not
What-
right
what?
here.
Yeah, something isn't right. Hold on. Why are you critting on a 19?
Oh, so I have a -1.
Yeah,
Right.
you have exhaustion of any sort.
I have a
did-
-1. I have one level of exhaustion, so that's being counted. But the rest of it doesn't seem
Is it?
like it is.
Huh.
Yeah, that should
Like
be
my Dex mod,
that should be a 30.
my proficiency mod. Yeah, that should be a 30
I
minus
know.
Yeah,
one.
it should be a
Yeah.
30.
Yeah, wait,
Also,
what
I'm
the
opening you
fuck?
should. It says for some reason it says you have 11 exhaustion, which I think is incorrect.
Go.
The formula.
Wow.
So- Okay, so the total that resource thing in my sheet is counting down from 12, not up to 12.
Oh.
No,
okay.
that's the other way around. It's counting up to 12. So if you have one level, it should be 1.
But regardless, that's not what's affecting the number in the roll.
Is
It shouldn't. I have no idea why that would happen.
go to the fist macro. Maybe something happened where it unselected like proficiency bonus or like
Could be.
Yeah.
I'll take. You know what? Here's what we'll do.
So
I'll
it
take
should
that
be a
17.
It should be a 26 and a 29.
It should be a 25. Yeah, no. A 26. You're correct. Sorry, a 26 and a 29. You are certainly correct. Those are both certainly hits. My apologies.
Worries. I'm
Please.
just looking at the number going, wow, those are really low.
Yeah. Looks like the damage modifier is calculating correctly, though.
Yeah. Roll below
That
it.
is
That's 1
11 plus
on our
10,
fist.
so that is 21.
So after those two hits, I am going to just back up to there. And basically, I am trying to get the attention of both.
Backing, if you're backing out, like you see, like staff is gonna slam down on you.
Yep.
As
That's fine.
AO. Yep. Bombing. That's a 21, I believe that hits your AC.
Just barely.
24 slam as Fisk gets slam across the side, but you manage to jump the rest of the way.
That's my turn.
Alright, the enlightened one. Oh boy. Oh boy. He's going to attempt to reassert dominance on the fiend here.
Just one quick thing. Bonus action. Patient defense.
Okay. I'm going to say that unfortunately this slime still happened because that's something that should be told to
Yeah,
me
yeah,
before.
no. Patient defense happens like at the end. So I make my 2 attacks. I stop. Patient defense. Then it's So go for it.
Gotcha. Okay. Right, where was I? Alright, so the enlightened one is you will obey. And is like you guys like all of you like feel like as this psychic might flares out, like all of you kind of feel like this momentary jiggle in your knees. It's like you have a sudden urge to just go on your knees and beg for your master for forgiveness. Like so intense is the impulse. And I'm going to roll wherever this sheet is. And that's going to be... This is going to be an advantage. Shmone plus Sheva. Hurry! For a moment, like you guys feel like the darkness kind of, like the awareness fade again. Hurry! I do not my powers to hold it wane. Alright, Varys, you are up.
Okay, I'm going to extend my hands and hurl a chromatic orb at this golem right here. Okay, and that is going
This
to
one?
be that's going to be a ball of lightning.
Sure. Make me the attack roll, please. 18. Let's see here. You said lightning or
Lightning.
thunder?
Lightning.
As it splashes and like on its body. You're uncertain if it did anything or not.
Okay, and then I'm going to let's see how far I can go up to here, and then Varys will move to right here, and then see as a bonus action. I can't see anything anymore, so I'm going to end my turn.
Okie doke. Bassoon, like on all fours, erupts in an explosion of black fire, just jumping right onto. See, he's gonna have to roll athletics. He's gonna jump onto the amber golem here. Activate, and you guys see he's wreathed in black flames. And you guys get the idea that it's probably not a super good idea to come anywhere near those black flames. It's hard to see, he's getting black over there. And let's see. It's all athletics. Advantage because he's raging. That's a 14. No, fails anyways. He's going to try again. 24. 24 will hit this thing as you see. And he's going to. Let me see. He's going to start and he's going to kind of close his arms around it, around the head, where he can sort of grab and just. I'm gonna use. We'll call it on attack. That's gonna be 14 bludgeoning damage. Plus 1d8 fire damage. it's gonna be 7. All right. Alrighty, and now it's Bassoon's. Oh, dexterity saving. So that fails, and now the end of Bassoon's turn has arrived, and you guys see that the golem is now wreathed in black flames. At least the head part is.
Jesus.
Okay. You see, the golem is going to attempt to slam, like you see, like it approaches the Speller with Bassoon kind of like still on top of its head, and it's going to simply slam Bassoon and its head into the Preller. That's a hit, and that's a hit. I'm going to say Bassoon needs to roll to stay on. Alright, Bassoon manages to stay on, although he seems to be completely dead to the pain, roaring in practically insane fury. Meredith, you're up.
Woo!
Meredith will float over here, and she'll turn her head to the black flames, and you'll see she'll spit out a small bead that disappears into the darkness, and then you guys hear and like like a little bit of fire, like radiates from the edges of the darkness. And you hear an angry shout, like echoing in your minds. Not echoing, so not in your minds, like in the chamber. Me too. Alrighty. Yeah, that was a fireball. She is a flame skull after all.
Holy shit! I thought it was like a produced flame or something.
Alrighty, Honorin, you're up.
And head up the stairs. And stairs. We'll force it again.
Well, you doing the wall of force around the stairs where you were, like we did last time?
Yeah, straight across from the wall to the east.
Let me try. That would be how long, remind me?
It's going to be 100 feet. It's going to be 10 feet high.
1, 2, like, does it block the stairs? Alright, thank you. And it's 10 foot high, yes?
45. And
5, 10, 15, 20.
70, so I've got
30.
3 more. What I'll do is I'll just keep going. Mine, and I'll
Show me where you want.
right there, and I'll leave a gap, a 5-foot gap.
I'm sorry, I can't see where you're saying, where you're pointing at. Alright. And
So
then you
there's-
leave a gap like at the very edge of the stairs.
Yeah. So that someone can follow up.
Alright. I believe you're not concentrating, so I'm just gonna put that on you. Right, anything else on it?
Barnabas is going to turn around, rush this golem right there, and just get there, and he's ready. 25.
Let me see. You remember, and for,
Oh yeah, I
like,
forgot.
as
Doesn't do anything. Never
like,
mind.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Maybe we can distract him.
Now, it's Darkness's turn. He gets to reroll his save. And that such a long time has passed. Right. The darkness pulses out. And, let me see. A pillar of tentacles emerges from the darkness to strike at the enlightened one. And let's see. Boop. And boop. Okay.
Are we still in initiative? My screen went away.
No,
Oh, okay.
I closed it.
Whew, okay, cool.
The enlightened one manages to like shield the one, but then another one like pierces him in the stomach, leaving a shivering like mass of jelly in its wake. Okay.
Hey, DM,
Priscilla,
really quick.
you are up. What's up?
I'm supposed to have 60 feet of dark vision now, and I'm only asking so I can see what happens to Vasilla.
So the reason what I don't blame you for forgetting the reason why people's dark vision isn't reaching as far is because while in the Amber Temple, all sources of light and dark vision are halved essentially.
Okay, I can't even see 30 feet. I'm going off of Noram's light right now.
Let me see, where is your token? Duncan, dynamic lighting. Oh,
Is this
apologies.
from
Let
the?
me-
Is this from like a dark
let me
vision
fix that.
spell?
No, I got an item. I traded with Varus for something earlier.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Thank you, DM.
should
I just wanted to
fix
see what happens to
Duncan?
Varus. Yes,
Yeah,
thank
no,
you.
no problem. Thank you for drawing my attention to it. Okay. Vasilla, you are up.
So, having like spent the last round to watch, to try, like spot Duncan on the way down. He's not the most athletic, but it's like, hey, he's a healer and a scholar. She watches him teleport out, and everyone proceed to like get at least 30 feet ahead of her. She's like, oh, fuck. She's just booking it. Meredith shot a fireball over here, right?
No, at the darkness.
Oh, like over here.
Yeah, I actually should indicate that she is floating at about 30 feet technically. I guess 35 feet technically, because she's not just like rolling along the ground. She wasn't like rolling along the ground there. Okay, what would you like to do, Vasilla?
I guess I'm just gonna be spending my time catching up here. I'm gonna move over here. Yeah, I got 30 feet. Move over here. So I'm assuming Bassoon just immediately jumped in to like fight, right?
Bassoon is like hanging on to like the wizard's hat, like in head kind of thing, part of the golem, and like is like as much like it's not really a chokehold because you can't choke a golem, but essentially it's like a bear hug. It's like he's literally trying to crush the head off the body.
All right, I'll let him give that a shot. See what happens. I'm gonna continue.
Shards of amber like were in his back and face, like where the golem like head butted him into the pillar there.
So okay, people are going up here. All right. She's gonna use her action and sprint up another 30 feet.
What?
Alright. I guess bonus. Section shit. I guess bonus action. I'm just gonna be drawing my swords out. And that's pretty much it.
Duncan, you're up.
All right. Duncan's going to move forward 5, 10, 15. I can see just the edge of that golem. So I'm going to try.
Oh, that's a good point. I forgot to have him act. That's okay. I'll do it later. I'll do it after your turn.
All right.
Go ahead.
1, 2. All of these at the golem, and I have repelling blast, so the ones that hit are going to move him backwards. And it doesn't matter how big he is.
Right. You can see him, I think, because of Meredith's light there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. 27 will hit. 24 will hit. 13 will not.
So he's moving 20 feet backwards, and you're going to see these force blasts that are a bright neon green flying out of Duncan's hands.
It slams him twice into the pillar that's in the way.
And actually, since this is a new character or feature, I meant to do this first. I wanted to cast a hex on him for strength checks.
I'll allow it this time. Just remember to do it first next time.
I absolutely will.
No problem. Just we'll put the
Which
concentration
means that would have
symbol.
been 1, 2 for necrotic damage.
That's right. So that's 5 plus 16. That is 21 plus 16. That is 37. Right. And go ahead and roll me 2d6, please.
Shit.
Right, that's a total of 41 damage as you slam him twice into the pillar. Fortunately, Bassoon is going to catch a little bit of that, but he's in a different place now.
That was a cantrip with a first level spell. Oh my God.
I can't see Bassoon, so I'm just going to look at Vasilla and be like, don't judge me. And I'm going to move back 15 more feet, and that'll end my turn.
Don't judge me.
Only God can judge me. Only God.
No gods here. That'll end my turn.
You hear a laugh in your ear, Duncan. But Talmadgen, go ahead. It's your turn.
Okay.
Wait, sorry, before that, I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting to do this fucking Amber Golem turn. This Amber
alright.
Golem's going to go after the... It's going to... Let me see. It's going to climb up here because its boss told it to. You see... And the Enlightened One kind of turns. And you guys hear... excrement. As the Amber Golem attacks with advantage.
That's some horror movie shit. That's such a terrifying screenshot on Roll20. Hold on.
And now, because it hit twice, it's going to try. The Enlightened One is going to have to roll me a dexterity saving throw as it tries to stomp on him to bowl him over. That is a 13. That is failed. The Enlightened One falls, is kicked prone. Like you guys see him like kind of on the edge of the balcony there, like mucousy blood spitting out of the tentacled maw. Aid me! He calls out in your minds. Minus 16, minus 20, minus 37. Okay. Talmadgen, it is now your turn.
Okay, so Fisk and Barnabas and Basila's finally caught up with me. There's nobody else behind us, right? I mean, Fisk and Barnabas are right there. And yeah, I just basically almost like an order, like a military order. I would use command if I had it. I'm like, we get out now. And then I haul. 5, 10, 15. That's half my movement. My action is dash. 5,
Could move
10,
diagonal.
15. Yeah, well, it'll be about the same. And then bonus action dash. I move it again. 5, 10. And I dodge around the wall and wait. And that's it. That's my turn.
Alright. Amberino Golmerino is a little bit distracted by the screaming, flaming madman on his head, so he's going to continue. So what he's going to do is he's going to, let me see. I think that the pillar didn't work. It's simply going to charge with bassoon, like. Fisk, could you give me a quick dexterity saving throw, and try to smash him against the wall here. Ooh, Fisk, you are prone.
I did have patient defense up.
What does that do?
Advantage on dex saves.
Oh, does it? Okay, go ahead and reroll that dex save, Fisk.
No, patient defense is attacks on me have disadvantage.
Ah, unfortunately, this is.
So it's like if this thing is running at me and I'm waiting for attacks, like that's the.
Is it? I mean,
I'm standing there waiting on guard.
No, I understand. You know what?
Isn't patient defense dodge action as a bonus action, or is it that changed? Like here, because if I think it's the dodge action as a bonus action, and the dodge action grants
Dodge
advantage.
action is a bonus action.
If that
I think-
grants
Yeah, hang
advantage,
on. I'm just gonna.
Dodge
I'm gonna
action.
ping it.
the dodge action, and that gives you advantage on dex saves.
Yeah, advantage on dex saves. Mathis is correct. Please reroll the dex save.
That's what we're looking
Right,
at.
there we go.
That's
Fisk,
what we're
you-
looking at.
There we go. Fisk, you jump out of the way and you are not prone. Sorry, I moved it. I moved you, but you. Which way would you roll? Well, which way would you roll, Fisk?
That way.
Slightly less. Here, and Bassoon is going to be subject to a slam attack with advantage. 27, and oh fuck! Oh no!
Is that a double
So because it had advantage and it told a crit, that means that this bassoon is going to take 68. So what's 6 times 8? Help me out here, gentlemen.
48.
48. I'll ask
Takes
the account
48.
card.
Bassoon takes 48 plus 6. That is
54.
54. Thank you very much.
Aging, so.
Yeah, Bassoon, even with his prodigious athletics, Bassoon isn't going to be able to withstand that. And when the statue retreats, still wreathed in black flames, which actually I'm going to roll damage for. You see Bassoon like bloodied in a thing in the wall. Not unconscious, but like one of his you see one of his elbows is like facing the wrong way, and one leg is like in 3 parts, like broken.
Ah!
But then you see black flames like race along, and he you see him still struggling to pull himself out. It's not healing, but something is there. Alright, and let me see. That was a move, that was that, and that was 2 attacks. Fisk, go ahead and give me your turn, please.
First thing is I'm going to shadow step up onto the balcony right next to the enlightened one.
Yeah, that's possible.
I can't get up there because it's
Dark. Yes. Haha. Right. Here you are. You are right next to the enlightened one. Is prone and here in your mind. Assist me, creature.
I grab his arm and throw him onto my back and say, "Hold on tight."
You feel that like he's physically rather feeble, but like the tentacles kind of like stickily wrap themselves around your shoulder and like around your arm.
I'm going to pull on the Voltusha and jump off the balcony.
Oh,
Right.
shit.
I think that still triggers an AOO.
Against you?
The golem. Hurry! And slam attack. That's a 16. Fisk, you feel the small rocks like that emerge, that smash from the balcony, like hitting your cargo, but you
Jump onto the balcony and
like where? Onto the pillar?
Onto the pillar and slide down to the floor. So now I have, with him on my back, what does my movement look like? Is it halved or is it
It is
regular?
halved. He is a medium creature.
Okay, so
Grabbing
Say
him is an action.
5.
Grabbing him is an action. But
Yep.
you still have
10.
whatever movement you haven't made.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55,
The boxing
60.
monks. My movement is halved. Moves for 60. Just to flex. Just to flex on any normal movements.
This is
Never in a
whoa!
million years
Like
did I
he like
even
just
think of
teleports in
this
front
as
of
a
her.
course of action. This is amazing.
As Fisk bullets across the floor, he says over his shoulder, "We told him, you help us, we help you.
don't you
Stop
mean
helping,
I don't
we kill you."
Fisk, that would have been a we or an I there.
It would have been an eye.
Alright, you got like Vasella, you hear Fisk say, you know what, actually, Adam, could you do us the honors? I don't think we ever actually heard it. I wanna hear it.
You. If you help us, we help you.
Vasella, you right next to him and you hear Fisk say I.
You in the midst of like the heat of this fight, which is even for an evac is still pretty tense. You see her head snap to you, and like incredulous, and you could do like almost like a threat like evaluation of like, is this possession? Is this some weird mental thing? Is this a madness? He did rescue the elephant. Is this mind control? Whatever. It reasserts her attention back to the golem.
I would say right after he says it, that same tick that you've always seen, that click that he does, it comes right after the eye.
All right.
That's my turn. So
The enlightened one like spreads out its tentacles, and you can see that they each they have fangs as well as suctions that emerge, almost like the claws of a cat. And you realize something is very wrong with this particular mind flayer. A undulating wave of pure submission, willpower and submission, and forcing to submission. Radiates towards the mass of darkness. Its will is stronger now that it knows that it has been under attack. You fools took far too long. Get us back to your companion. My powers are unequal to the Arcanoloth.
And I am happily oblivious to all of this, I assume. Which is kind of funny.
I would imagine you could see that.
I just see a bunch of looks going back and forth. I'm like, oh, what the fuck is that all
Yeah,
about?
yeah, no, he
And
says
that's
it,
it.
he says
I-
it in the
nothing.
mines, yeah.
Yeah, so I
Actually,
have
that's
no
true.
idea.
Dalmagen can't hear what he says.
I have no idea what's going on. I'm happily oblivious to him yelling, hurry up, hurry up.
Bro turned off subtitles.
Oh boy.
This is
Alrighty.
fun.
Varys, you are Varys, you're up. Like before anybody's turn, like the enlightened one, like tries to tell you something, Talmagen. You hear nothing. Like you he like gestures towards you, but you don't know what he's saying. Varys, you're up. There's a wall of there's a 10-foot high wall of force in your way.
Yep, I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Why does it say this text over here by me on the map?
I think this is what the party remembers. You guys encountered some flame skulls.
Okay, I didn't know
that were kind of reconstituted after like night has passed.
Okay,
Varys, yeah.
And then, I mean, I can't see jack shit, so there's not a whole lot else I can do other than use my action to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right. No, I'm not going to block the door. So I'll move right there, and that will end my turn.
Alright. From where you're standing, you can hear the sounds of debate coming, and you can actually see now there's these 3 orbs of greenish light, like sitting there and like debating and like just talking in like very ancient common. This and this. You remember fighting these guys before. At the moment, they seem to be absorbed in their discussion and somehow ignoring the sound of combat various. But you remember that when you guys walked into the room, they took notice of you guys earlier. But
Okay.
But yeah, you end your turn there, guys, or do you? Do anything?
Yeah, I think I'll end my turn. That'll be good.
Okally dokally. Okay. With that, Bassoon is. One moment. What does that have to do with anything? Bassoon is going to. Look. You see, like black flames, like to where his limbs are. Not exactly heal them, but just kind of twist them back to the right place. But you see splurts of blood, like as bones forcibly like get twisted back in the correct configuration. Not really healing him, but allowing him to move as the black flames form a jet behind him, and this time he's going to slam right into the Amber Golem. The impassive Golem observed, simply. And Bassoon's going to cast Bassoon's going to use an ability here. Okay. That should not have been to GM.
he forcefully latches on to the Amber Golem. That is, this one now is really starting to show like the damage from the flames. However, it's this one's turn. You hear the darkness. Go after them. Jumps off. Moves
How close is
over
he?
here.
Oh shit.
Let me see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So it moves over here. There's a little bit less movement than that. And a cone of fire emerges. Let me see. 60 is.
God damn it! I ain't even range.
Duncan, Fisk, and Vasilla. And I'm going to say, Duncan, you can roll me with advantage because you're going to have a bit of cover from the fire here. And thank you, Fisk. I believe that still means the damage will be halved on you. And Vasilla.
Oh!
Full damage because you just, I guess you just enjoy being damaged, I suppose.
And what am I rolling again, DM? Dexterity?
With advantage, please.
Oh!
16 will pass. You take half of that for 21 damage. So I believe that's 21 to Fisk, 42 to Vasilla, and 21 to Duncan.
Yeah, I'm bloodied.
Duncan, I believe you.
Can I cast a spell, DM, really quick? A reaction?
Which spell?
I'm gonna react with Hellish Rebuke.
Ping that spell for me, would you? Also, Duncan, I'm seeing that you're concentrating on a spell here. Could you remind me which one that would be? Hex, I think. Yeah, Hex. So just roll me a quick con save for the Hex, please. After you do the Hellish Rebuke. Now, alright, yeah. Alright, yeah, you can, you can definitely, you can definitely see it because the flames just spat out. Alright, that's a dexterity saving throw with advantage because it has magic resistance. That's still a 12, that still fails. Go ahead and give me a damage roll there. And Duncan, I'm afraid Hex falls away. Alright, Duncan, go ahead and roll me for Hellish Rebuke, please. Alright, that is 6 fire damage. Alright.
With green flames, of course, because we got to keep the aesthetic going.
Of course. Meredith is going to float over here and spit some lyrics. 1, 2, 3. She's going to cast Fire. 1, 2, 3. And 9, that's a miss. 17, it's a miss. 17, unfortunately, will not penetrate the golem's defenses. Honor, you are up.
Yeah, I got a log. Exhausted. I'll just do this and then that'll be it. I'm just going to move. 30. Varys.
Varys, you and Honorim, you guys see something strange. A wall of what seems to be a wall of books begins to extend itself from this wall to this wall, as if somebody as if a series of bookshelves was being birthed by the floor itself.
I'm sorry, Dan. Did you highlight something when you were saying that? I missed that where you were talking about. Like, did you?
Series of, yeah, no, you guys are about to see it. A
Okay, I see.
giant bookshelf, like as if sprouts between you guys and the skulls, obscuring them from your view. And the door opens, and you see Mordenkainen and his wife. Mordenkainen holds the woman and says, good morning, gentlemen. I hope you are all well on this fine day.
Oh shit!
I just came to peruse the library along with my friends. He'll tip a non-existent hat, if you'll excuse me. And like he kind of like phases through the bookshelves and says, "Gentlemen," like to their flame skulls and like in greeting. And he summons himself up a chair, and they start a spirited debate about utter nonsense, as far as you can tell, Honorim. And I believe Honorim, with Kev needing to go to bed, gentlemen, that is where we'll end tonight's session of The Curse of Strahd.
This